First off, I want to tell you guys this is going to be one of those self-centered videos in which I talk about nothing but myself and my personal life, what's going on there. So if that's not your cup of tea, man, you don't have to watch the vid. Secondly, this is not going to be an easy video because it's not an easy topic to talk about. It's going to give a lot of people out there a lot of fuel. It's going to make some people who care about me a little worried. There's a lot of different things that could go wrong here, but I think it's something important that I talk about with you guys. Now, as you guys know, that I'm an overweight guy, clearly. I've been overweight the majority of my life. My health level has risen and declined because of my weight. There's been periods of my life where I've been very, very healthy for someone, especially my size. There's been times where I've been very, very sick for someone my size. Early this year, I put on a fair amount of weight and I wasn't doing so good. So I started focusing on losing some weight. As you guys know, I lost about 40 pounds. A little more than that now that I've been sick for a little while, but I don't count that weight loss, obviously. But recently I got sick. I have teeth infections. Now, as you can tell, my teeth are not exactly beautiful. A lot of people have made fun of that in the past. There's a reason behind that. When I was a kid, right after my adult teeth had started forming and settling in, I managed to dive into the 3-foot swimming pool. And I cracked my head, knocking my body weight into my head and into my jaw, and crunched my teeth together. And did a lot of damage. Did a lot of damage to the front of my teeth. Did a lot of damage to the back. My mother, as you guys know, was not exactly the most wealthy person. She's doing the best she could, and she was fairly neglectful when it came to us kids, to be entirely frank and honest. And unfortunately, she didn't really have the kind of money that it took to get all that stuff repaired. Now, I don't know what it's like in the country you live in, but if you live here in America, you know that dental insurance can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. But Mom did put a fair amount of money into it, admittedly. She got a lot of cosmetic work done in the front so that I looked normal. But when it came to the molars and stuff in the back, she didn't really invest a lot of money in it. And as a young adult, I invested a fair amount of money in it. But I've never been rich. I've never been doing particularly well. I've always had enough money to take care of the things that I needed and buy a few of the things that I wanted. But beyond that, I've not had very much money at all. So when it came to, I invested some $10,000–12,000 total in my teeth, trying to take care of keeping them healthy. But for the most part, I've had frequent teeth infections as my teeth degraded and degraded and degraded. And I've had extractions here and there. I've done extractions myself when I was at my poorest. I've done a lot of different hateful, terrible, awful things to my own face to try to keep myself as healthy as I can and as alive as I can. And I've had frequent infections to the rest of my body too. My health has never been something that's been particularly great when it comes to dental health. And of course I brush, but it's hard to brush because my teeth are bleeding, the holes in the teeth, and now really I have about half my teeth left. It's just a bad situation. So I'm doing the best I can with it. And recently, with this new infection, I started to put some of my YouTube money into it. Well, I got some antibiotics to try to kill the infection, so I go into a dentist, get the tooth extracted. I had some antibiotics that I had here at the house, and I used those, and unfortunately, they did not kick out the infection. In fact, they made it stronger because the antibiotics weren't strong enough to completely kill it. So then it came back with a vengeance earlier this weekend, and I had huge swelling on the side of my face. Was just completely swollen. It's difficult to even open my mouth entirely. And I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't really do anything. So we ended up going to the emergency room to get a stronger antibiotic script, to get some painkillers, get rid of some of the swelling, find out what I could do on an emergency basis. And when I walked in, my blood pressure was maxed out. I mean, you know, my blood pressure has been fairly decent over the past couple of years. My doctor had me on a blood pressure medication called atenolol. We discussed it at one point, and he said that it would be okay if I came off of it for a little while. And I hadn't seen my doctor in a few months, and I had not been taking my blood pressure medication, so it's entirely possible that I needed to be back on it again before I got sick. But when I got sick, man, it maxed out. And that's the truth of the matter. Being a big guy, I'm healthy most of the time. But when I get sick, being sick is dangerous. Being sick is scary. Being sick can kill me, something that is bad for you or bad for someone else, you know, or it could kill someone who's elderly, kill someone who's already in poor health, or kill someone who has complicated issues like me when it comes to diabetes, when it comes to the morbid obesity, when it comes to the damage that I've done to my heart, when it comes to the teeth infections, when it comes to the lymphedema, when it comes to all those things. So I always try to be a very positive role model here on YouTube, and I always try to admit, you know, that I am strong and I am healthy and I'm in a good position for someone my size. But the truth of the matter is, there's some reality to the fact that if I get sick, things can turn for the worse quickly. Now, fortunately, Saturday night, I gave it about 12 hours of misery before I was ready to go in and hit the ER. And I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do to take care of myself. And they gave me something to bring my blood pressure down. Went to the dentist this week, and my blood pressure is too high for him to operate on me. So now I'm getting back together with my doctor to try to get back on the blood pressure medication, and I'm taking the antibiotics to kill the infection, and I'm feeling better. I slept for like 3 straight days, except a handful of times I get up to play the Diablo 3 beta, and a handful of times I played some Skyrim, and I spent a little time with a girlfriend and my roommate. But for the most part, it's been a hell of a past 24, 48 hours. And I wonder, here's one of the things I wonder, if I weighed 40 more pounds, how much worse would it have been for me? If I hadn't worked so hard to lose the weight over the past couple of months, if I hadn't been focusing on my health, and I've been doing these better decisions, because I mean, I had a blood pressure of 215 over 115, and if you're an EMT or just someone who's fairly health conscious, you got to know that's stroke level, that's heart attack level, that's terrifying level. You know, I'm lucky I didn't stroke out. You know, I'm counting my blessings. So hopefully once I get this infection out of my body, I get the couple bad teeth out of my face, I get back on my blood pressure medication, I can go back and do a cycle of seriously focusing on losing some weight, seriously focusing on taking care of myself. But a lot of people in my life have been worried about me. A lot of people have been really scared. I've been worried and I've been scared. And so for the most part, I want to let you guys know that I'm very health conscious. I'm doing everything I can to stay focused, stay healthy. So that those of you who have, apparently there's a YouTube celebrity death pool out there, I don't know if celebrity or whatever, but YouTube celebrity death pool, and everybody has my square on that pool. But I'm sorry to disappoint you. You didn't win anything this weekend. Hopefully you won't for quite some time. So I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching.